Chapter 2. Judging others causes separation from God. God's message on judging others, found across faiths like Christianity and Islam, emphasizes self-reflection over condemnation, warning against hypocrisy, the speck and log, while calling for righteous discernment, not harsh judgment, focusing on God as the ultimate judge and encouraging compassion, mercy, and addressing wrongs privately rather than publicly. It's about spiritual wisdom, discernment, to identify evil versus being condemnatory or hypocritical. Key biblical teachings, Christianity. Judge not, lest ye be judged. Jesus warns against judging others harshly because the same measure will be used on you, Matthew 7 verses 1 and 2. Judge not, lest ye be judged, from Matthew 7 verse 1 in the Bible, means we should avoid hypocritical, condemning judgment of others, recognizing our own faults first, because we will be held to the same standards we apply to others. It's a call for self-reflection, humility, and compassion, not a ban on all discernment or distinguishing right from wrong. Jesus taught to first remove the plank, our own major fault, before helping others with their speck, smaller issue. The measure you use to judge others will be the measure used for you, Matthew 7 verse 2. Self-reflection is the intentional process of looking inward to examine your own thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and motivations to understand yourself better, learn from experiences, and foster personal growth and improvement. It involves asking why, analyzing past events, identifying patterns, and using that insight to make better future decisions, helping you align your actions with your values for greater well-being and effectiveness. Remove your own fault first. Jesus used the metaphor of removing the log, your own significant fault, before the speck, someone else's minor fault, to see clearly, Matthew 7 verses 3 through 5. Righteous judgment versus condemnation. The Bible differentiates between condemning others and making righteous judgments, e.g., discerning good fruit from bad, or addressing sin, John 7 verse 24. God is the ultimate judge. Only God is the final lawgiver and judge, Romans 2 verses 1 through 3, 1 Corinthians 5 verse 12. Address sin privately. For fellow believers, Jesus instructed to address wrongs privately first, then with witnesses, then the church, not to judge publicly, Matthew 18 verses 15 through 17. In essence, God calls for humility, self-examination, and merciful discernment, reserving final judgment for himself. Why doesn't God want us to judge others? Matthew 7 verses 1 through 5, Romans 2 verses 1 through 7. Judging others as Christians, it is not our place to judge at all. That is reserved for God alone. For us to judge others is to assume the role of God, which is not appropriate. Even as we judge others, we must realize that other people are God's creations like us and even the earth itself. Jesus didn't teach against judging. He taught against a specific kind of judging. The type of judging he spoke against was a blind, ignorant, hypocritical, self-righteous judging that overlooks one's own faults, failures and sins and only sees faults, failures and sins in other people. Judging others, especially with a critical or hypocritical heart, does not lead to oneness with God. In fact, most faiths teach it creates separation, as only God has the right to judge, and true spiritual growth comes from self-examination, love, and focusing on your own path, leaving final judgment to the divine. While discernment, righteous judgment, is different from condemning others, Jesus warned against hypocrisy, judge not, and emphasizing love. Christian perspective, Matthew 7 verses 1 through 2. Warning against hypocrisy, Jesus warned, judge not, that you be not judged, meaning don't condemn others with a standard you don't meet yourself. Self-examination first, before addressing others. Look at your own faults, traits you dislike in others often mirror your own hidden struggles. Righteous judgment versus condemnation. There's a difference between worldly, hypocritical judgment and righteous judgment, discernment, to correct error with love, but this is distinct from condemning someone's eternal soul. This is an excerpt from my upcoming book One with God.